So my journey begins in Nyeri, where I was born, and being born there, brought up there, and then we moved to Nairobi in '67, and obviously went to High Ridge Primary School, Nyeri Primary School first, High Ridge Primary School second, and then went to Jamhuri High School, and then at the end wanted to go to study overseas, and my mom says, no, you need to be here because you won't come back. So I had to choose a university here, and I had always wanted the American type of education rather than the British type, so USIU was a good option, and applied, got into USIU. And since USIU, of course, having spent 3 years there, I fast-tracked a lot of things, and in 3 years' time had worked as a salesman for an insurance company, selling insurance, selling life insurance while I was at USIU, trying my hand at that, and I found out that USIU gave me a lot of knowledge, but insurance selling and life insurance selling, where you get 100 prospects and you get 5 approvals, it's a lot of rejection. So at the same time, my father was running a clothing factory, Bidco clothing factory, and I said, let's take it backwards and see what we can do with it. Did a whole study at USIU, brought in a lot of discussions and stuff like that, got to farmers, got to the whole value chain, and did a project report. So as I graduated, I had a project report sitting around to take the whole industry to a next level. And since then, we've been on that journey. Started off not in the garment sector, but in the cotton side, and saying, let's go to farming. And went around looking for funding from banks. Being just out of university and going around to banks, they look at you and say, young lad, have you ever done this before? No, I haven't done it. I've got an idea and all that stuff, but nothing else. So overall, a good journey. And from there, started small, aimed big. And that's a journey we're on for the last 40 years and still going on. So USIU-Africa at that time, late 1977, 78, 79, and 80 when I graduated, was a small university. It was small. It was a small campus in Milimani, and we had a very strong bond with all the people. I still remember Dr. Gale, who was our lecturer, and taught a lot of different things and studied well. So I think it was good education, but then realized soon that it's not classroom education. It's about what you do with it. And go to university, libraries, go to libraries. We didn't have internet. We didn't have the computerization that we have now. At that time, everything was books, and you actually had to read books and go to libraries, check things out, write your papers, dissertations, all that. And I think it was a lovely time. So we did have a good fun time too. And those friends are still friends. We're on a group right now, and we still talk. They're in the US, they're in Canada, they're in Australia, they're in Kenya, and we still keep in touch. But I think it was an important journey, and I think that's where the whole mindset changed for me. Because I think the American type of education gives you, it's not historical based, it's more based on you can do anything you wish to do. And I think that was the can-do attitude achieved from there. That was a valuable learning, and I think, sort of liberating in a way. Lots of good experiences. I think first and foremost, the first and the second graduation of the university and setting it all up in KICC and getting it underway. I was a student activity chairman, SSAC chairman, and really fought with Dr. Rust, who was the owner of the university. And, we had to fight for our rights and really go for it. But it was lovely. It wasn't activism as such, but it was lovely. And the friendliness and the people around there, it was a different atmosphere. It was very different, very liberal. And we had fun. We had trips, we did trips. But Dr. Gale and his learnings was solid, very, very solid. Philosophy of life, sociology, psychology. And I'm doing a business administration course, and that you had to do sociology, you had to do psychology. And now I realize how important it was, because when you get that angle, you get to know, human behavior is what they teach you at USIU. And human behavior is what we do at work and in every place. So very valuable lessons, very good time. So we do get a lot of people from different universities, and we also, recruit from USIU. We've seen a very marked difference in a USIU graduate and all the rest from other universities. The USIU graduate has a different aura. They've got the confidence, they're able to converse, they're able to talk about any subject, and they're not shy of talking about various things. And that is something that I would really look at and say, because I think there's 50, 70 countries, students over there, they've interacted with everybody, they're not shy and introverted. So that's a big marked difference I saw in the USIU graduates, and still till today, I think we haven't seen that from any other university. So I think when you look at anybody coming out of any university in the world today, they all want to make a big difference to the world. They actually come out and say, I want to change the world and do something about it. So I think that journey of life that I have is about, making a difference to whatever we touch. And making a difference, M-A-D, means being mad. So I call it being mad. And I think if you're a normal person, everything just runs the way everybody else does. It's a Me Too culture. You'd rather have a big difference that you want to make. And it's not about achieving milestones. I think it's more and more about achieving a difference to whatever you touch, whether it's every single day, every minute, every year, whatever. Whatever you touch, make a difference. I think the impact that I can see is, first and foremost, that yes, a Kenyan can do it. Kenyans can do it. A lot of Kenyans can do it. And I think a can-do attitude, a lot of Kenyans come to me and saying, if you can do it, I can do it too. And that inspires them to get that attitude to say, fine. And we can be world-class. Who says Kenyans can't be world-class, And I think that's an important aspiration. So the difference is made in terms of attitude, inspiration. And I call it inspirational leadership, because I think we're all here to inspire others to take action. The difference is made to say, fine, it can be done. Having bought over, Unilever's business and all that stuff, and say, fine, Kenyans can also go and scale up into Africa. And, we can have our own Kenyans going and becoming multinationals. It doesn't have to be a multinational coming to Kenya and saying, fine, we do this. I think important thing is that all our youngsters today should have clarity in their goals, should have clarity in terms of what they wish to do and why they wish to do it, and then work on the how-tos. A lot of our youngsters get stuck in the how-to. I don't know how to do this, how to come second. First, get the what and the why. What you want to do and why you want to do it. And I think that's an important aspect, that if everybody gets it right, I think Kenyans can go and make a big difference in Africa, because we have the ability. Now with the internet and all these gadgets that we have, we are second to none in the world. There's nothing that we lack in global knowledge. And I think it's about us making a move. Integrity, very, very crucial. What you say and what you do must be congruent. And again, being ethical, There's been a new ramping up of corruption and all that stuff. And I think this is something we should say, look, we don't. We have a clear code of ethics. We've done it the right way. And I think I would emulate that to say everybody should look at that and say, fine, what can I do to make a difference? Can I bring a clear code of ethics, and we work together? And I think mainly, leaving the world a better place. Everybody wants to make a difference. You go anywhere. You go to US, you go to India, you go to anywhere else. And I think USIU graduates can go mad all over, make a big difference.